Hi there everyone. This is the second part of the recording for lesson 4.12 and we're going to start here with sectional ties and tensions. By 1850, the United States had come to assume an important place in the world economy. The key regions of the nation each played different but complementary roles. Northern factories produced a wealth of manufactured goods. Southern plantations supplied northern mills and the world with cotton. And the fertile prairie lands along the Mississippi provided grain and other commodities to the growing country. Even as each region developed its own economy, an expanding web of railroads and canals tied the growing nation together. Cheap shipping allowed farmers and manufacturers to sell to distant markets. Quick travel brought news from far-flung cities. Americans in every region knew more than ever before about what was going on in the rest of the country. While tied together in a market economy, the people in key sections of the nation developed distinct regional biases and beliefs. In the north and along the eastern seaboard, cities and industry grew, presenting both opportunities and problems for city dwellers and workers, many of whom were recent immigrants. In the South, where cotton was king, the institution of slavery was aggressively justified and expanded. While most Americans remained farmers on small family-owned farms, more and more were moving west, with more than a third of Americans living west of the Appalachians by 1840. As slaveholders pressed west, plantations multiplied and the boundaries of slavery expanded. In the 1850s, the emergence of regional differences would threaten the very survival of the young republic. In particular, the conflict over slavery would threaten to shatter the spirit of democratic nationalism that reigned triumphant in the opening decades of the 19th century. Okay, so as we finish up the reading, make sure you go to your reading guide and check your answers with the lesson answer key. The American dream was not open to everyone. In the South, thousands of enslaved workers had little or no chance to improve their hard lives. Some people who did enjoy freedom had a tough time finding a decent job or making a living from the land. Many headed west to see if life beyond the Appalachians offered better options. Then let's read the Chapter 13 highlights. In the early 1800s, nearly all Americans earned a living by growing crops on small farms, but by 1850 the economy and society in the North and South had grown distinctively different. In the North, factories and cities sprang up along the East Coast and inland waterways. Many problems developed in the rapidly growing cities: crime, disease, fire, and unsanitary conditions. Thousands of immigrants poured in from Ireland, Germany, Wales, Sweden, and other Northern European countries. These immigrants were fleeing from crop failures, political unrest, and poverty. As the number of immigrants swelled, nativist or anti-immigrant sentiment decreased. As the number of textile mills in the North and Great Britain increased, the demand for cotton soared. Eli Whitney's cotton gin allowed cotton production in the South to skyrocket. The Southern economy flourished and cotton cultivation spread west. Cotton plantations were labor-intensive and depended on slave labor. Most slaves were forced to toil for very long hours under difficult conditions. Some slaves tried to escape the North on the Underground Railroad. A few staged bloody rebellions. As the nation's transportation network improved, more and more people headed west to settle on farms in present-day Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, where they grew crops to feed the growing nation. And then make sure you take the 4.12 quiz, study, review the lessons prior to this one as well, and good luck. Then, the next lesson is 4.13, which, here we go, and that's preparing for the unit test. So that means it's the review lesson before the test, so go through all the different chapter highlights, the different online activities, and use that as part of your studying and preparation for the Unit 4 test. So good luck not only on the 412 quiz, but also strut your stuff in the 4.14 unit test at the end of the Unit 4. If you have any questions, as always, let your teachers know. Farewell.